Okay, now we'll try to understand this bubble sort algorithm very deeply. Now try to understand what happened here. This is the array, means list is declared here with 8 elements. So 8 elements are there. So the index will be started with 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3. So last index is 7. So last index is what? Comment here. Last index is equals 8 minus 1. 8 minus 1 is equals 7. 8 minus 1, 7. So last index 7 means from 0 to last index 5. At last index 7, value is 5. So now see what happened. For I, whenever I is equal to 0, so I is equal to 0, so 8 minus 1, it becomes what? So outer loop rotates how many times? Outer loop iterates through array 7 times. 8 minus 1, 7 times. So as per this understanding, one array we have set up, and inner loop, it goes through array and swaps values if the first value is higher than the inner loop swaps. Okay, whenever the two values it takes and compare and swap that value. This loop must loop through one less value each time it runs. So every time this will run minus 1. Inner loop always the value will be minus 1. So whenever I is equal to 0 first time, that moment the value will be what? This will be omitted. So 8 minus 0, okay, minus 1. So the value, total values will be, inner loop values will be what? 7 values. Why? Because every time, first time these two values will be taken, compared and swapped. Next values will be, this will be omitted. So now values will be 7 values. Next these two values will be taken and as per high and low swapped. Okay, if from these two values 34 is the highest, so there is no need of any swapping. For these two values 64 is the highest, so it is to be swapped. 34 to be swapped to left side. From these two values 34 is the bigger one, so 34 to be swapped to right side. So like that. So value will be, now here n minus I 0 minus 1, so values will be, now one value will be 7 values. Now whenever j means what? This value is j, that moment if two values will be taken, this is j and this is j plus 1. So now this value is 64. If it is greater than j plus 1, really it is greater than j plus 1, next value. So then values to be arranged, the smallest one value moved to the first. This is j plus 1. So it is to be moved first and next j value to be kept next. As per this is okay. Next, whenever outer loop rotates how many times? 7 times. Okay, outer loop rotates how many times? 7 times. So first 0, then for whenever I, one rotation over, next I value 1. So whenever I value 1, okay, that moment your this how many values will be here? N minus I value 1. So minus 1 minus 2, 8 minus 2. So I values will be 6. Means that moment what happened? These values to be taken and compared and swapped. That moment this will be omitted. So total 6 values will be there. So that moment whenever these two values taken, so within these two values now it becomes, this is j, okay, and this is j plus 1. So within these two values, if j is greater than j plus 1, really j is greater than 2 plus 1, j plus 1. Now this will be swapped to right side. Okay, as per this syntax, as per this syntax. Okay, j plus 1, the small value will be moved to the left side. So what is small value? 25 will be swapped to the left side, and 34 will be kept at the right side. Okay, this is the big number. So now your values will be what? 6. Okay, now I will become what? I becomes initially 0, and I is equal to initially 0, then 1. Now I is equal to what? I becomes 2. I becomes 2. So now whenever I is equal to means outer loop is at third rotation, 0 1 to third rotation. Now j values will be n minus I 2 minus 1 3 minus means 8 minus 3. This values will be 5 that moment. Now your values will be compared. First rotation these two, and next rotation these two. Now these two at third rotation of the outer loop, these two values will be compared. Out of this, now this becomes j. This 25 becomes j. Now it becomes j plus 1. Now from these two values, 25 is the bigger one. So j will be sent to here. J will be sent to here, and j plus 1, small one, will be set to left side. Okay, now values becomes 5. Okay, now I becomes what? 3. I becomes 3. Whenever I becomes 3, values I 3 minus 1 4, 8 minus 4. Now values will become 4. Okay, 4 values. Now last 4 values are what? These 4 values. Now these are 4 values. Now these two will be compared. So now these two will be compared. Now this becomes j, and this becomes what? J plus 1. From these two values, if j condition is what? If j is greater than, from here this is j is not greater than, so there is no any swapping. Okay, there is no any swapping. As it is, they will be kept. If j is greater than j plus 1, this is j plus 1. So j is not greater, is smaller than. So as it is, they will be kept. Next, value will be, I will be what? I will be j, I is equal to 4. Whenever I is equal to 4, j values will be 8 minus 4 minus 1, 8 minus 5. So values will be what? Values will be what? 3. So values will be what? Whenever I is equal to 4, 4 minus 1, 4 minus 4 minus 1 minus 5. So rotation, next rotation will be that moment what happened. So this is what? Last, whenever I is equal to 4 minus 1 minus 4 minus 1 minus 5, so your values will be 3. Values will be 3 means last these 3 values will be there. Okay, understood that? Are you able to understand this class or not? I am asking the class whether you are able to understand. Otherwise I will brief one more time. It doesn't matter for me. I will brief one more time. First of all, try to understand how for every outer loop value will be decreased, inner loop value will be decreased, and initially 2 values will be taken and compared with now this value j, this j plus 1 compared with. So if it is bigger, that will be swapping means switching to right side, and small value switch it to left side. Next, these 2 value will be taken. Now within these 2 values, this becomes j, this j plus 1, and now as per this condition, j is greater than j plus 1. So surely j is greater than j plus 1. So 34 will be switched